Philip say, good pace, but thank you. I'm getting new insights coming back for refresher. Thank you. That's the way. That's the way. Come back for refresher. Oh, and I always bring in, I try to bring in new case study, current one, as much as I could. Okay, so let's take a break here. Let's say you cast a 卦. Okay, let's say you cast a 卦. 火天大有. Okay, 大有卦. And the 卦 says, okay, line 5 going to change. Okay, line 5 going to change. That means all the changes is going to take place at this line 5 here. And we know that this line 5 refers to the emperor, the king line. That means, or the boss line, or whatever lah, or depending on the context of your question. Now, if it says here, and you're asking about, for example, should I go into this business? Okay, should I go into this business opportunity, for example, and you get this 火天大有. Now, although 火天大有 says, 大有可能 mean there will be a lot of possible possession to gain. That is one way, okay? One way of deciphering information. Second way is, if you have learned eating prediction, if the changing line is number 5, then the self is here, 乾卦. And this fire is burning this 乾卦, is telling us not a good deal to go in. And if you use AOM layer of information, you find that line 5 is supposed to be a yang line. And yet, okay, the yin line is occupying the yang line. Yin line is occupying the yang position, sorry. Yin line is occupying the yang position. So it's 不当位. Okay, 不当位. 不当位 meaning you are not in the right position to take on this business opportunity yet. You get my point here? It gives you an added layer of information, say you are not ready, you are not in a good position to take on this business opportunity. And if you're the boss, then this applies to you even more, because this is the king emperor line. So therefore, what you need to do, since you know you're not in the right position, therefore you must re-examine your position. Will it involve a lot of cash flow? Will it involve a lot of capital? Do you need to go and borrow fundings, get fundings? And how to get fundings? Is it to borrow and increase your debt ratio? Is it okay to have a bigger debt ratio? So these are all the things that you need to consider, because at this moment, this quote is going to tell you are not in the right position. You get what I mean? 不当位. So with this, I answer these two parts of your question. Is that okay with you, Eve? So Eve is saying EB is underlying, but AOM itself is very powerful already. Straight away can roughly 挂了. Yes. Remember, I mentioned that before yesterday, that I Ching, there are 3 portions, 3 paths to learn I Ching. One is the symbolism. The other one is the what call it? Numerology part. Okay, the calculation part, which is I Ching prediction. The other one is the philosophy part, which we are learning right now. Okay, so there is a group of practitioners who are more pro philosophy part and don't want the numeric part one. They will use this AOM, whatever they learn in AOM, to do analysis of the Qua. And it can give them actually very wide scope. Very wide scope. That means the frame is very wide, because it's able to see before, able to see after, able to see up and down, because they know how to change the framing and the depth of view. Okay, so Helen say how to see 不当位. I thought I covered that yesterday. No, never mind. Maybe I didn't cover that. Okay. Line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just take this as an example. Okay. Line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Odd number, yang position. Even number, yin position. Okay. So yang position supposed to be filled by yang line. Yin position supposed to filled by yin line. So for example, female hostel, let's say in the university, female hostel is a yin hostel, and only female student can move in there. Okay, and male hostel, only male student can move in there. And when they move in there, they are 当位. So if a male student move into the female hostel, that is called 不当位. This is a very simple illustration to explain 当位,不当位. Is that okay, Helen? If I'm outside without notes on 5-element and EB, I can use AOM very fast. That's right. That's right. Yes. So sometimes, when you have cards, those I Ching classigram cards, sometimes when you pull out one card and look at the cards, you can also use AOM to talk about it. Plentiful of things to talk. Okay, plentiful of things to talk. Helen say, can clean if question, please, is blocking the board. Yeah, I have not moved on, so no, don't worry. How to use 当位 for other line? Same thing lah. You ask yourself that line is in position or yang position, and then which line is staying there. Okay, if say where to buy the 64 SRM card, I have created one deck of cards for my what do call it, my course purpose. I can send you the link if after today's lesson. Helen say if not 当位, but not idea for that 卦. I don't get what you mean. Helen say, please answer, please. Can clean answer, please. Answer what? Can clean Eve's question. Clean already? Not positive for the 卦 if not 当位. Not positive. I'm not saying positive, negative. It just says 不当位 lah. A male go into the female hostel, 当位不当位? Positive or negative? 不当位 is only indication what went wrong. That's right, if. It's just telling you 不当位. A male student shouldn't go into the female hostel. That is what it's trying to tell you. All right. Okay. Next. Oh, Helen, there's one more. I missed out. I'm so sorry. Okay, let me go back to your question. What is it? Where is it? Only one community support to ask anything. No, can't. Okay. Otherwise, you'll be overwhelmed with prediction, feng shui, AOM question, blah blah blah. Cannot. Okay, cannot. And then some may not have privy to all this knowledge that you have. So it can't be. There should be a public and a private yin and yang community. Okay. I hope I answer your question, Helen. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to Kun Kwa, the wanted importance. The second wanted importance, Kun Kwa. So Kun Kwa, we know it is the follower. Okay, if you are what do you call that? Helen is saying so many group chat. Exactly, Helen. That's why I'm dragging my feet on creating community. As of now, I have so many chat group already, but I'm still thinking through. Andrew say, yeah, Discord can set up different community. That's why I'm exploring Discord versus Telegram. Okay, where was I? Kun Kwa is about the way of the follower. So I Ching it uses the horse. I Ching uses the horse to exemplify the way of the follower. Okay, so Kun Kwa. Okay, Kun Kwa, same thing. It has 6 phases. So even for followers, there are certain things, certain rules, certain phases that we have to follow. We'll go through, and then some may skip certain of the phases. Some may, fall in the trapdoor of certain phases. Kun Kwa also got trapdoors one. Followers also got trapdoors if you do wrongly. Okay, so the 6 phases are starting from the bottom, stepping on frost, this one 肩并字, and then next line is be honest like the earth, and then move on to inner cultivation, then tight like a closed pouch, lead by moderation, and then dragons at war. So you look at this dragon at war, you know line 6 is somewhere as something that all followers should not try to reach to. Okay. Helen say, my girl say Discord got many gamers. Yeah, I'm sure. Youngsters. So we want to be youngsters also, young at heart. Okay, next. So when we talk about Kun Kwa, right, we are talking about this portion here, the rear gear. Okay, the rear gear is where you have to match up with the Qian Kwa to create things. Yeah. So let's move on and talk about line number 1, phase 1 of Kunqua, called 驴双肩并治. I think this is a very important line 1. Okay, very important line 1. So if you think you forget about everything what I say today, right? Please remember this. 驴双肩并治. It can save our life for survival. Okay, for survival. Now, what it means by 驴双肩并治 means it say that if you step on the frost, you can expect harsh winter to come. That means if you can see banana skin on the floor, you can expect that if you still step on the skin, you can expect to trip. You get my point? This is called 驴双肩并治. And this is at the lowest rung. That means when you join an organization, you are at line 1. No matter what rank you are, but you are at the lowest rank, you're at line 1. The first thing you need to do is you must learn the skill to look out for the first forming of frost. And when you see frost coming, make necessary preparation and then try to nip the bud. Okay, try to nip the bud. Means while the issue is still small, if you can nip it, you nip it. If you need to escalate, you escalate. Don't allow that problem to form, to grow, okay, into a monster you can't control later on. You get my point? Right? So it's like, for example, the COVID-19 in Wuhan in 2019 December. It is a 驴双肩并治. This is a very good class example of 驴双肩并治 for China and the world. They spotted this new strain. They were slow in reacting. They let this problem, they didn't nip the bud, they let this problem grow and grow until into a monster now the whole world can't control. This is survival. Okay, so very important piece of advice. 驴双肩并治, make necessary preparation and then nip the bud. And then trapdoor is complacency. Don't think that this only one case, 2 case, never mind. Or turn tone deaf, never mind. Or trying to hide a lot of things, cover up, sweep under the carpet. If you do that, you're allowing it to grow into a monster you can't control later on. Okay. If say survival skill, yeah, master. Yes, survival skill. That's right. So that, like I said, if you can forget everything, remember this one. This one, it can save lives. Okay. And Yi Jing already spelled out very clearly already. Is 1/3 important. Remember that. So like, for example, SMLT, in fact, many people, many of the employee in SMLT already escalated a lot of issues, engineering issues, but were slighted by the top management, and therefore they did not manage to nip the problem at the butt and allow it to grow into a big monster they can't control later on, and the ministry has to step in. You get my point? So it says here, what do you call it? This as the Chinese saying, frozen water 3 feet deep does not happen from one day's chill. This is exactly what 驴双肩并治 means. Okay. And then the best thing is the new CEO who took over, I don't know how many times already, and this CEO can say that there's no deep-seated cultural issues. To me, this is called 自欺欺人. Okay, 自欺欺人. Okay, so for example, like Taiwan, I think year 2020, with the first outbreak of the COVID-19, they step in, they do a lot of things in a very harsh way, in a very high-handed way. And therefore, Taiwan has a very good showing of result in 2020, very low numbers of outbreak. So this is what it means here. Once you see the frost, prepare for the harsh winter. So this is what we should do when we are at the first phase of Kunqua. Okay, and with these skills, survival skills, we grow. Okay, we grow. So next phase is be honest like the earth. 不习无不立. 不习无不立 means in fact, if you read the Chinese word here, 不习 means you don't learn, you don't practice. And 无不利 means if you don't learn, you don't practice, there's nothing. What it says here is you don't learn all the bad things. You don't learn all the bad things. Because as we grow, as we feel more and more comfortable in this organization, we start to find friends and groups and cliques, you know, and when you join cliques, you tend to adopt or buy into their practices, their norms, their culture, and the good and the bad practices as well. So if, for example, if this group has the habit of coming in late, and then when they come in late, they don't start work immediately. They will just gather the pantry and have breakfast first before going back to work. And by the time they go back to work after breakfast, it's about 10:30. And you join the clique and you go and adopt that norms, you are actually adopting the bad habits. So phase 2 is telling us don't be adult enough to discern what is good practices and what is no good practices. If you can discern that as a bad practices, don't do it. Okay, don't do it. Follow the righteous way. Okay, follow the righteous way here. So basically means what you do, honesty and integrity. And the trapdoor here is picking up the wrong bad habits, the wrong and the bad habits, or the work values, or the practices, including associating with the wrong clique. This is at line 2 while you're still very junior. Now, of course, we know, okay, we know at some point we may be pressured to act in a certain way in order to belong. So if you want to belong to that group, no, you have to accept and then comply. So therefore, the best way is not to join clique lah. You can be friend, but not join as a group team member. Okay, and you grow. Okay, survival. All this is survival. Kun is all about survival skill. And you grow. Okay, and then as you grow already, you know, you start to be 爱仔 already in your work, in your area. That is where you come to this stage called phase 3, 含章可真. 含章可真 means inner cultivation. Now, this inner cultivation is akin to sucking a candy. Now, if you take a candy like lollipop like that, you don't just straight away pull out the ball and chew. You don't. We don't do that. So like a candy, like a lollipop, we will just suck it bit by bit, slowly enjoying each step of the way. So same thing for phase 3 of Kun Gua. You release your talent in a nice, appropriate pace. Okay, you just have to just fulfill your role and task faithfully. Remember just now we talk about Qian Gua. All the credit will go to line 5. To you, you're just performing your role. All right. So at this point here, don't try to claim credit. You just tell yourself, I'm just fulfilling my role and my task that I'm assigned to. That's all. 含章可真. So if you have a lot of talents, right, you show bit by bit lah. When the right time comes, you show. When the right time comes, you show. So if you can relate this line 3 to 乾卦 line 3. Okay, 乾卦 line 3. 乾卦 line 3, can anybody recall 乾卦 line 3? What is it about? 乾卦 line 3. What is it about? I use an animal to try to describe to you about line 3. What is the animal? Be alert. So in Kun Gua line 3 is also to be alert. You don't show everything. Don't show everything, because we show everything, the very high chance you go into Qian Gua. You may be aspiring yourself to be a leader, but at the same time, because you are not CEO yet, you are still a follower in some sense. Remember this. Although you're aspiring and you're groomed to be a leader, at some point you're still a follower. So you have to comply to 乾卦, comply to Kun Gua. Okay, Helen, fish jumping is line 4, right? Fish jumping is line 4. We are still at line 3, yeah? So here showing all your talent at one go is actually going into the 乾卦line 3. So the trapdoor here is don't rush to show or don't rush to fight for credits. No, all the credits go to line 5. Never mind, you have your chance. By the time you reach line 5, all the credit come to you already. So you have your chance. No need to claim one. And then you move up to line 4, phase 4. Phase 4. Phase 4, 扩囊. 扩囊 means tight like a closed pouch. Now, as you grow in your job, because you become senior already, you tend to have access to privileged information. Okay, you could be a PA, you could be maybe a section head, deputy head, or head of department or whatever, line 4, and then you start to have access to privileged information. Now, when you're at that stage, always remind yourself, control your mouth like a closed pouch. Meaning, when people know that you have access to privileged information, you find that suddenly you have a lot of friends. Why? Because they will call you for kopi, and they call you for lunch or dinner, or they bring you to karaoke, and then they try to fish out privileged information from you. So they could be your good friend. If you join cliques, they could be your good friend. They could be your buddy from another department. They could be your previous boss from another department. Okay? So therefore, each of them are trying to get close to you to get the privileged information only you have. So what do? You must already remind yourself, control your mouth like a closed pouch. But how? They they are your buddies. They are your ex-boss who has taken care of you for so long. You felt obligated to tell them, right? So here, Yi Jing has an advice for you. The do is, okay, release information on a need to know basis. Chinese call 凡人说三分话. Meaning, you ask me this question, right? I only give you a small piece of information that you need to know basis. That means you can know and you need to know that piece of information. Another person asked me about the same thing. I also carve out a small segment of the information that he need to know and has to know, okay, on a need to know basis. So ultimately, when everybody gather together and piece up whatever they know, they still can't find the overall picture. And because they can't find the overall picture, they can't, blame it on you to say that you are the one leaking the information. Okay, so here trapdoor here, don't be big mouth. Don't think that because you have privilege, wow, you ya already. Everybody ask you, give you a drink, a beer, you talk like nobody business. So if say, but master, if this line put tang wei fall on relationship qua, meaning what? Same thing. Okay, same thing. Don't talk too much. Talk on a need to know basis. I'll show you live examples. Here, public servant. Okay, public servant. He has classified information on the. I think there was one sensitive case about Tampines stabbing. I think when was it? I can't remember. A few years back. So this public servant, 37 years old, has the access to this privileged information. And what he did, big mouth. Okay, but of course, in modern world now, modern society now, you don't have to talk. You can use WhatsApp. Okay, you can use WhatsApp or Facebook or whatever social media and send out and share out information. And therefore, he was arrested for alleging sharing classified information. So this is called 扩囊. When you have privileged information, you must always remind yourself, don't be big mouth. Okay. If 乾卦 line 5 is the emperor line, tell me, 坤卦 line 5, what does it mean? Type something in the chat box. If 乾卦 line 5 means the emperor line, 坤卦 line 5, what does it mean? It means also, what do you call that? A follower, the leader of the follower. Okay, line 5. For example, in army, we know, for example, in the camp, the CO, okay, in a unit, the CO is 乾卦 line 5. Okay, so that one is 乾卦. So RSM is almost equivalent to the 坤卦 line 5. For guys, I think you can draw the parallel. CO is like the 乾卦 line 5. RSM is like the 坤卦 line 5. So for example, in your department, your head of department can be the 乾卦 line 5. Then your deputy head can be your 坤卦 line 5. Okay, so this 坤卦 line 5 can mean the deputy role, and usually you find that deputy always tend to play a moderator role. Okay, a moderator role. That means big boss cannot talk to you, talk to your DY. Okay, and then DY sometimes appear to be more understanding, that kind one. Because he's playing that 坤卦 role, 坤卦 line 5 role, so it's like a moderator like that. Now, when you are at the line 5 and you think you're at the deputy role, the do is that you must align and trust and full support to who? To line 5 of 乾卦. Remember, 坤卦 is 元亨利聘马之争. That means follow the stallion like a faithful, loyal female horse. So this is line 5 of kun卦. Stay aligned, stay trust, and full support to the line 5 qian gua. The trapdoor of line 5 is not, to side or overstepping. For example, the deputy may feel that he's so much better than the head of department and tends to want to sidestep or overstep, that means climb on top of him. This is unbecoming of line 5 of kun gua. If say PA also can, right? Yes, PA also can. Yes, PA also can. PA sometimes can be line 5 of kun gua. So many people are afraid of the PA. Am I correct to say that? Okay, next. Now, when the line 5 feel that he can take over the qian gua easily, that is where you will move on to line 6. Okay, move on line 6. That means he is a horse, but feel like a dragon. But feel like this horse is better than the dragon. So therefore, it's called 战龙与野. That means the dragon and the horse fight at line 6. And when this happens, then this department can no longer function well already. Dysfunction will take place already. Unhealthy rivalries and doubts. And then when the elephant fights, who suffer? The grass suffer. Okay, that means the department, the people. So at line 6 here, what you should do is, if you find that you're at line 6 already, or your boss feel like you are acting like line 6, you don't force your way. Okay, a trapdoor here is, if you have thirst for power, wait for your turn, find an opportunity to jump. Okay, but don't fight your way through and then sidestep or overstep your current boss. Don't do that. So let me give you live examples. Our neighbors, these are like qian gua, kun gua, both at line 5. They decided to fight after winning the election, and what happened? The whole country suffers. Yeah, when elephant fight, the grass suffers. Basically, this is what it means. Okay. So this is the overall wrap up for kun gua. I won't drill in deeper because I run through all the 6 phases already. So this is the path to follow for followers. There are certain things that you should do and shouldn't do. Yeah. And like qian gua, there's something special about kun gua, like qian gua, that the other 62 hexagram don't have, which is called yong liu. Okay, yong liu. Yong liu basically means li yong zhen. Li yong zhen, loosely translated, means to stay loyal, committed, and aligned. Okay, to stay loyal, committed, and aligned to who? To the qian gua. Remember the bicycle wheel, the gear? The behind one, the rear gear, is the kun gua, is to stay loyal, committed, and aligned with the front wheel, the front gear, the qian gua. If you're not aligned, this bicycle cannot move. Okay, then again, kun gua is not dogmatic one. Not kun gua. I Ching is not dogmatic one. I Ching says that in order to stay loyal, committed, and aligned, there are preconditions. Okay, preconditions. That is to find the right leader to follow. Okay, this is what I Ching says. If you want to act like a good kun gua, to stay loyal, committed, and aligned, first thing first is you must make sure that that leader that you want to follow is the right leader to follow. Now, is it easy to find the right leader to follow? Okay, to wrap up, you can't be a good leader if you can't be a good follower. It's yin yang, two sides of the same coin. Okay. Helen say, Master, the trigram profiling coming soon. Not so soon, because I'm still trying to tie up the loose ends. So not so soon. So how to manage the 乾卦? 投其所好. Simple way. 投其所好. If you're talking about management. Okay, the art of 9-6. The art of 9-6. We have 用9用6, right? So we are wearing both hats. So therefore, we must learn how to manipulate, or not wrong, how to use the 9-6, the 九, and the 6. Okay. Basically, it means be able to follow or rise as the occasion requires. In short, be adaptable to the circumstances around you. Chinese, 能伸能屈能乾能坤. Get my point? Okay, so far can follow me? Type yes in the chat box if you can follow me. Okay, now we already mentioned 乾卦坤卦 is the door to the wonderful world of I Ching. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Fiona. Okay, so 乾卦坤卦 is the key or the door, the two door to open to the wonderful world of I Ching. Now, if you manage to make 乾卦 and 坤卦and you open the door, this is what you see. You will see the remaining 62 hexagrams, the child hexagram, which form the last 1/3 importance of I Ching. So, I'm just trying to tell you here, be careful of what door you are about to open. You could be opening up a cans of worms. You look at it, you open the door, 62 hexagram come out already. Are you prepared to face the 62 hexagram? If you think you are not, for example, you want to, what do you call that? You have happy moment with your girlfriend, for example, or your boyfriend. Now, the happy moment can have consequences. I mean, you could be opening up a door. You get my point? And if you're not ready to face the remaining 62 hexagram, then please don't open the door. Same with all other things. Same with all other life cycles. If you're not ready, don't open the door, because once you open the door, you step inside already, and you're opening a can of worms. Either you're opening a can of worm, or you're opening a can of opportunities, depending on what frame you're using. Okay. So but if I don't like to manage the qian, despite I know we need to lower the head, so how? No choice. Like or don't like is your way of doing things. But I Ching offers you another way of doing things, which can give you some comfort, you know, uh, 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 based on what you are doing. Okay, yeah, sometimes no choice, yeah, because if you don't interact with a qian, how are you going to get some benefits from the qian? Okay, so remember, when you want to open a new door, remember there will be 62 hexagram waiting for you behind the doors. Like like COVID-19, COVID-19, once you open the door, wow, flood. Okay, flood. Okay, talk about this. Back to this again. 元亨利贞 about 乾卦 again. 元亨利贞. So we are saying here, yesterday we talked about this trapdoor here. Although a lot of people, whatever thing they start, they are looking for this benefit ultimately. If you start a business, you're looking at the benefit. You start a partnership, you're looking at the benefit. You go into a relationship with boyfriend, girlfriend, you're looking at the benefits. Now, this benefit happen to be the trapdoor also. So in order to stay away from the trapdoors, you have to go into the lower series to stay true to your original intention of why you open the door. Okay. So this benefit, it can come in many forms, shapes, and sizes. The thing is, not all benefits you can take. You get my point? Not all benefits you can take. You must always ask yourself, should I have it? Can I have it? Or in Chinese, 该要不该要？能要不能要？ Basically, to answer one simple question, will you be putting yourself in a uju position if you take these benefits? If you take this benefit and it's going to put you not in the uju position, then you by all means don't take up that benefit. Don't, because you can't escape from this uju. Right? But if you're able to stay true, okay, you're able to stay true, all the benefit you take is in 能要的，你该要的, okay, your due rewards, then you go and take, and then you stay true, then your business will grow, or whatever life cycle will start to grow. Okay, will start to grow. And you find this benefit will get bigger and bigger. So each time you have to ask yourself, should I have it? Can I have it? This is one way of staying true or survivor or survivor. You know, like for example, some guys, some country, the head of state, when they become the head of state, they go and take bribery, they go into corruption, all those money, 能要吗？该要吗？ They can't. They put themselves in a 有救 position. So sooner or later, they will be derailed. Okay, so basically this is what it means here. Right? So let me move on.